Don't let our guards down just yet. Thank you. Georgia's COVID-19 risk level has changed to very high. The state saw a large number of new cases yesterday, but we want to put that in context. There was not any reporting over the weekend, so that new data does include Monday and the weekend. All right, let's start with active patients versus new cases. Hospital workers are treating about 880 COVID-19 patients right now. The state's weekly average for active patients is 704 per day. For some perspective, our peak for active patients was in early January. We saw more than 5,700 people in Georgia hospitals every day. Now to our daily positivity rate. This is the percentage of tests that come back positive. We are about 6.9%. That is above what the World Health Organization recommends at 5% or lower for reopening. And one more thing to know, about 56% of eligible Georgians still have not received the COVID-19 vaccine. Healthcare workers have administered more than 8.5 million vaccines so far. All right, the CDC says the age group with the lowest vaccination rate is kids 12 to 15. Only about a quarter are fully vaccinated. For kids under 12, vaccines are still a work in progress. Pfizer and Moderna are still doing clinical trials. Pfizer says data for kids 5 to 11 could come sometime in September. Moderna has not given a potential date. In the meantime, the American Academy of Pediatrics recommends young children should wear a face mask at school to fight off the virus. Coming up in the next half hour, we're going to walk you through the health group's newest guidance.